Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we're going to take a look at the second investigator for the upcoming Chapter 2 core set for
It's
Arkham
the
Horror.
bars.
Yeah,
Yep.
Isabelle Barnes. She's the sister of Jenny Barnes. This is the return, introducing Isabelle Barnes from Arkham Horror, the card game's
But
new core set.
but her sister didn't return.
Right. My sister's sacrifice won't be in vain.
It better not be. I really like Jenny.
All right. Isabelle Barnes has been on the run for as long as she can remember. She finally escaped from the Olmsteads, a family cult who thought of her as the final piece for some dark and twisted ritual. She doesn't know what made her so special to the cult, but now, thanks to her sister Jenny, Isabelle is finally free. But freedom came at a price. Her sister gave everything to get Isabelle back, and for that, Isabelle intends to make the Olmsteads and all those who prey on the weak and innocent pay in blood.
Yeah.
Armed with her lost sister's twin 45s, Izzy can finally turn to face her pursuers head on.
Ooh, she got the gun. Huh.
You want to read the card?
It's kind of interesting. All right, so Isabel's returned. So she has a I forget what the stats are called. Willpower of 4. She's got intellect of 2. She's got a strength of 3, and she has a dexterity of 3. She is chosen and a hunter. That's interesting. No, she's not the first hunter. But as a lightning action during a skill test that you're performing, you can take 1 direct horror to commit an eligible skill from your discard pile to the
Oh, nice.
Nice. From your discard pile to the test. After that test is resolved, you're going to shuffle that card into your deck. Limit once per round. Oh, dang, I like that.
Oh, that's a great way to get them back.
Yeah, so you can either get them more often or you could put other cards in the deck and go with half as many and still have the ability to use them as often. But that's a little riskier. Her Elder Sign effect is +1, and if you succeed, you can heal 1 horror. And of course, like you said, her sister sacrifice won't be in vain. She's got 5 stamina and 4 sanity. 9 sanity. That's what I meant to say. I feel the loss of sanity here. I feel it.
Yeah, this is a 9 and a 4. All right. Back in October, we revealed the new core set for Arkham Horror, the card game, which heralds the beginning of an era we're referring to as Chapter 2. With that new core set comes a new set of 5 core investigators, and one of those 5 is Isabelle Barnes.
So joining the game's roster is the new core survivor investigator. Izzy steps into the scene with a score to settle and hell to raise. Her playstyle revolves around using her high sanity to her advantage. Her high sanity, my not so high sanity. Intentionally taking horror in order to commit a skill card from her discard pile during a skill test. This lets her get multiple uses out of handy skills like Slippery and Timely Intervention. So in a single deck cycle, giving Izzy a leg up when dealing with the unexpected threats of the mythos.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that you're not sane enough to be able to play this character.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try it anyways.
All right. I think it's going to slippery slope for you.
Yeah.
So we got Slippery. It's a skill. It provides 1 dexterity practice. If the skill test, or agility, I guess that is, practice, if the skill test is successful while evading a non-elite enemy, that enemy does not ready during the next upkeep phase. Oh, that's nice.
That is kind of nice. I like that. All right. And the Timely Intervention skill test provides
Willpower.
Willpower. It provides dexterity, agility, whatever, and a wild.
Hey, you got that one.
And it's wow, that's the easy one. So it's a fortune keyword, but it's max 1 committed per skill test, and you can commit it from your hand after revealing chaos tokens during a skill test that you are performing. Oh, I love
after you reveal the kit.
I love those like that.
That's amazing because that can give you a 2 +2 in those 2 stats. Wow.
Yeah, and willpower tends to be one that a lot of the characters feel like that they could use help with.
Okay, of course, sometimes you have to deal with those threats the old-fashioned way, and that's where Isabelle's twin 45s come into play. This pair of pistols packs quite a punch, allowing Izzy to make use of both her combat and her agility skills when dealing with monsters. Even better, the 45s let you shoot twice with a single action, which means Izzy is more than capable of and more than willing to fire several shots in a turn against a particularly
All right.
nasty
So
foe.
it sounds like you're going to get one action, but use 2 ammunition is my guess. Let's see. All right, so Izzy's twin 45s. Oh, they've changed the name.
Well,
I know.
Jenny's not going to complain.
Yeah, I know. So it's a 4-cost asset loaded with vengeance. It provides a strength and agility and a wild. It's a weapon, firearm item. Takes up 2 hand slots because there's 2 guns.
Yep.
Izzy deck only. It uses 6 ammo tokens. And as an action, you spend 1 ammo token to fight. You get +1 strength for this fight and deal +1 damage. And as a reaction, after you resolve the above ability, you can spend a 2nd ammo token and exhaust it to do the same thing. Fight with agility, using +1 agility and dealing 1 +1 damage. So slightly, I do kind of like that. That's interesting.
So 2 shots for with 1 action.
Yep.
But then it's exhausted, of course. Huh. Interesting. All right. We'll go with those cards when we get to it. As you might expect for a survivor, the rest of Isabelle's deck is all about pushing forward no matter what, even in the face of insurmountable odds. Since Izzy wants to deal herself horror to get multiple use out of her skill cards, she'll want to mitigate the horror and damage, and she takes from enemies in any way she can. That's where Alexei Soborov comes in. With his ability to heal himself over time, Alexei can take quite a few hits for you over the course of the game, letting you get plenty of mileage out of Izzy's otherwise low health and freeing up her sanity to use as a resource. After dealing with an especially grisly monster, use some bandages to patch yourself or Alexei up, and if things start getting really hairy, you can equip Izzy with a jumpsuit for some added protection.
All right, so Alexei Sabarov is a 3-cost asset, always on the mend. He provides an intellect. He's an ally, and whenever your turn begins, heal 1 damage or horror from Alexei. So it's
willpower.
Yeah, willpower. Oh, I said intellect, but yeah, willpower. He's got 2 health and 2 sanity. And what's interesting is, so he looks like, my guess is he is going to replace Peter and
Jessica.
Yeah. In the current setup.
Right.
Because he does both.
He does both.
But he can only deal one at a time. But
I'm guessing Peter and Jessica will not be in the.
Yeah, because that was a pretty powerful combination. They tended to kind of take over the.
Especially Peter, and because that's why Jessica came in wounded.
Yeah.
All right, then we got bandages. So this one has made it from the legacy. It's a 2-cost asset, provides an agility, uses 3 supplies. If there are no supplies on bandages, discard it. And as a reaction, after an investigator or an ally asset at your location takes 1 or more damage, you can spend 1 supply and heal 1 damage from that card.
So of course, if you use this on Alexei, then you heal the horror at the beginning of the turn and heal this, then use this. Yeah.
Right.
All right, then we've got the jumpsuit. So this is a 1-cost asset that provides a strength resource. It is a clothing item. And as a lightning action during your turn, you can discard this and choose a tool or weapon asset in your discard pile and add it to your hand. Oh, wow. It does take up a body spot, but it provides 2 health and no sanity.
Right, and 2 health, and health is your weaker of the 2.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
All right, so here we go.
That jumpsuit can do more than just soak a hit. If you discard it during your turn, you can retrieve any tool or weapon asset from your discard pile, potentially letting you get even more out of Isabelle's twin 45s. Even if the 45s aren't in your discard pile, you can grab another handy weapon like the meat cleaver.
Ooh, the meat cleaver's returning.
This beefy blade works especially well with Izzy's playstyle, since it both hits harder when her sanity is low and lets her heal some horror when she manages to take out an enemy with it. With Izzy's Elder Sign ability being the other primary way she can heal horror from herself, in her pre-built deck at least, you certainly appreciate the mental catharsis this giant cleaver can bring.
All right. And the meat cleaver, of course, I love this one. I use this one a lot, actually, currently. So this is a 3-cost asset, provides a mental resource. It is a melee weapon. And as an action, you can fight using your strength. You get +1 strength for this attack, +2 instead if you have 3 or fewer remaining sanity. So again, that's how it plays into her sanity ability. And then if this attack defeats an enemy, you may heal 1 horror. And that one, a lot of times, I won't heal the horror early on if I'm trying to get down a little bit, but then I'll use it to stay relevant and alive later. But as a reaction, whenever you trigger this with the above action, action ability, you can take 1 horror to deal +1 damage.
Right. So that, I mean, that could be where you just turn around and use that so you could do 2 damage and then heal the horror that you spent to get the extra damage.
Yeah, so
if you know the enemy's only got like 2 health left.
Yeah, you're a +2 fight, and you get so if you've gotten yourself down to 3 or less, you're +2 fight, and you're getting an additional damage that you can turn around and heal your horror.
Right. All right. As demonstrated by Isabelle's innate ability and the jumpsuit in her deck, a staple of the Survivor playstyle involves retrieving and reusing cards in your discard pile. Naturally, there are other cards in her deck that'll also follow this trend, such as Hunter's Instinct, which can pull an event back into your hand. That event could be Shove Off, a handy tactic that lets you both evade and damage an enemy simultaneously.
I want to play it just so I can yell it out.
If you succeed, if you fail, then the event returns back into your hand, which means you can try again or use it to fuel a skill test later. In a similar fashion, if you fail an investigation test by 2 or less, you can follow it up with "Look what I found" to immediately discover 2 clues at your location, letting you fail forward in true survival style. Finally, when you really, really need to succeed a willpower or agility test, which are a lot of fun treacheries that do that, you can spend some resources to boost yourself with level-headed, and there's no limit to how many times you can use it.
All right, so the Hunter's Instinct is a 2-cost talent asset, provides a strength and agility, limit 1 per investigator. That uses 3 supply tokens, and if there's no supplies on it, you'll discard it. But as a reaction, after you engage an enemy, you can spend 1 supply and exhaust the instinct to add a level 0 event from your discard pile to your hand.
All right, then we go Shove Off. 1-cost event. It's a strength, no, an agility, evade as agility. If you succeed, deal 1 damage to the evaded enemy. If you fail, return Shove Off to your hand at the end of your turn.
All right, then we've got the Look What I Found. So this one looks like it's made it back. It's a 2-cost event that provides 2 intellect. It's a fortune, and it's a fast, so you can play it at any time that you could have a fast window. But you play after you fail a skill test by 2 or less while investigating to discover 2 clues at your location. So yeah, you can fail by 1 or 2, or even 0 in those rare occasions where you lose ties. But yeah, it'll give you 2 clues instead. So actually,
this is a card that I used to use a lot in the beginning of the game. Before you had a lot of other Survivor cards. So this is kind of interesting because I very rarely do that trying to fail, but it looks like that might be what, because I don't think her investigations it was very high. So.
Yeah, it's not phenomenal.
Okay, then we got Level-Headed. It's a 2-cost asset, willpower and agility skills. It's a talent, and as a lightning, you can spend a resource. You get +1 strength. +1 will, for this skill. +2 instead, if this test is on a scenario card. And as another lightning, you can spend a resource. You get +1 agility for this skill test. And +2 instead, if this test is on a scenario card. Now, if I remember from the Joe Diamond article, there's a seeker version. So this is kind of reminds me of those cards that you in the at least the classic. But there's kind of like I like this new style. It's 1 or 2 for a specific use. So that's kind of cool. And I'm curious if there'll be experience levels where you can get more out of it, like those old.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Is that like we'll get like level 2 or experience 2 or something,
like hyper
awareness, additional 1 or something.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right. So speaking of limits, there comes a point in every quest for vengeance where the pressure, anger, and stress get to become a bit too much to handle. With you constantly using your own sanity as a resource, I must have used that a lot.
Constantly using her own sanity.
Same thing. It's only natural that Izzy will eventually hit her breaking point. Depending on her current remaining sanity, this dangerous signature weakness could deal Izzy up to 3 direct damage, which is a frightening thing when she only has 5 to begin with. Thankfully, by relying on friends like Alexei Saurov and her fellow investigators, Izzy can put herself back together and pull through these toughest moments.
All right. So breaking point, it's a treachery, it's a weakness, it's a hardship. Revelation, take 1 direct damage. Then if you have 6 or fewer remaining sanity, which is very easy for her, take 1 direct damage. Then if you have 3 or fewer remaining sanity, take 1 direct damage. So, of course, you doing the meat cleaver thing, that could be really scary if this comes out.
Yeah, definitely good.
This is her signature. Yeah, this
is her signature. Yeah, that's her on there. All right, so by now we've given you a good look at the Survivor cards in Izzy's pre-built deck. Of course, most investigators in the Arkham Horror card game can mix in some cards of other classes, and Izzy is no exception. While Survivor cards are her main focus, she can also include some Mystic cards into her deck. Ooh, that's going to be fun. So as for what Mystic cards are part of her pre-built deck, you're going to have to wait and see.
All right. Bullets in the dark.
But the Mystics can heal horror.
Yeah. Or take horror to cast spells.
That too.
Bullets in the dark. If that's not enough of Isabelle Barnes for you, then we're also excited to announce Bullets in the Dark, an upcoming new Arkham horror novel from our friends at Aconti Books, written by Kath Loria. This book accompanies the release of the new core set and puts Isabelle at the center stage. Looking for justice in a transformed Arkham, Izzy teams up with Tommy Muldoon, and their combined detective work reveals the city's dark underworld, teeming with murder and eldritch mayhem. Get ready for a thrilling crime noir adventure when Bullets of the Dark arrives in spring of 2026. Be sure to sign up to the Arkham Horror newsletter and follow, I don't even know, 8 Conti Books? Aconite Books, maybe? Okay. On social media if you want to find out more.
And with her ability to utilize her own sanity and her perseverant drive for vengeance, Izzy is a fantastic example of what a Survivor class has to offer in Chapter 2 of Arkham Horror, the card game. Look forward to our previews of the Guardian class in the coming weeks.
All right. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool. So we're going to be seeing, so I think the PAX Unplug, I think the Guardian was
Daniela.
Daniela. Okay. Yeah. So we have a video where we talk about our reactions to PAX Unplug.
Yeah, kind of what they showed. We kind of go over with what they showed and what we kind of think that might mean for some of the stuff coming up.
Yeah, so we'll have a
with
link.
The limited information that we've got.
Right. So for Arkham, and then also if you happen to be interested in Marvel Champions, we talk about that and some
briefly about some other things.
And
one of them we were really excited about what it could potentially mean.
Yeah. So anyways,
check that out. You'll see what we're talking about.
So that's pretty cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to learning more about the legacy / standard, and in the new core set.
Yeah, kind of see where the story is developed and how that affects the cards that are available to us to use. Because I mean, of course, if you're playing just casual, you can use anything that you've got. But if you're going to any kind of official tournament or something, or official, not tournament, but an official game like one of the multiplayer. What do they call them? Massive multiplayers.
No, epic
multiplayers. Somewhere at a card shop or something. There's a good chance that you're going to have to actually, use just cards that are from Chapter 2.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, anyways, so thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go and hit that notification bell down there, and you'll get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see you.